This is a Shure SM57. It's a really popular dynamic microphone. It's what every engineer puts on a guitar amp or snare drum. It costs about $100. You might even have one lying around. But what if I try to write and record an entire song with just this mic? Using only the preamps in my interface, Logic Pro, and a handful of third-party plugins. Can I pull it off? So back in May, I started working out a chord progression and a melody on the piano that would eventually turn into the chorus to my newest song, Dark Cloud. Usually these are just melodic fragments and really stripped down ideas, but with enough practice, you get good at developing them. A big step for me is finding the key where my voice is working. In this instance, it was E flat minor. And to help facilitate that, I tuned my Kramer guitar down a half step. I come up with a rough sketch of how the song should work and sound. I found the tempo and I programmed a simple drum part. After sitting with this demo for a few days and making necessary changes, I was ready to move on to the next stage, laying down the scratch guitar and scratch vocal. This is the foundation from where I'm going to build the whole song. The drums are the biggest hurdle for me. The part I programmed in my demo had some simple kick drum anticipation, but because I'm such a crummy drummer, I had to work out this pattern for a few hours on the drum pad before I could get the hang of it. I placed the SM57 a few inches from my right knee, so it was almost equidistant from the snare and kick drum. After quite a few takes, I eventually got something I was happy with. The 57 in this position needs a ton of EQ and compression to represent the whole kit, but that's a given. In addition, I like to fake a stereo image by feeding it into a delay. I'll pan that to the right. Part of my signature sound lately. At this point, I moved on to bass. I knew I wanted to play upright, but I was worried about the key the song is in. If you don't know, the key of E flat minor has no open strings on an upright bass. That means two things. The song's going to be very physically demanding on your hands, and you won't have any open strings to help you with your intonation. My goal with this bass part was to outline the chords in a tasteful way, and I wanted to push the song forward and lock in with the kick drum. This meant some whole notes, some syncopated root fifth motion, and some quarter note patterns to arpeggiate the chord. I like to mic the upright bass a few inches from the bridge. That way I don't get an exaggerated low end, and I still get a nice focus on the low mids. The 57 actually works surprisingly well here. This is my first time using in this context, but I think it was great. It needed EQ and compression, as well as some light pitch correction, but I'm happy with the sound. I thought the rhythm guitar was going to be quick and easy. Initially, I just planned on simply retracking the scratch part and cleaning it up. But unfortunately, this part of the process dragged out for longer than I intended. Now, I got a great sound with my Kramer guitar into the Fender Blues Jr., with the 57 about an inch from the center speaker. But listening back, I couldn't help but notice that the guitar was wobbling in and out of tune. This came down to my lack of experience with chorus pedals. I didn't understand that by drastically cranking up the depth on my pedal, I would affect the tuning in a really big way. Unfortunately, I had to retrack the whole part because of this. Vocals came pretty easy. I'd been practicing and working out this song for a few weeks. So by the time tracking day came around, I was ready. I recorded maybe 3 or 4 takes, and I edited the best bits together. I was careful to use a pop filter to prevent any air blasts from ruining a take. I'd say that's my only caveat with this mic. It needs a pop filter, unlike its siblings, the 58 or the SM7B. I love the sound I got without reverb or delay. It just needed EQ, compression, and some subtle pitch correction for a radio-ready sound. To help fill out the arrangement, I used an arpeggiator from the Korg Poly 6 plugin. Now, I love arpeggiators, but they're a pain to perform in time. I triggered this one with my keyboard, but I had to quantize and stretch the MIDI files until the arpeggios would swirl correctly in time. When everything was right, I reamped the synth and sent it to my Fender amp and recorded it with the 57. I took my time working out the guitar solo, and I think it was worth it. If you're familiar with E-flat minor, it's something of a weird key to play in, and it really forces you out of your comfort zone. My solo is straightforward. I like to start with a simple melodic idea, develop it, and try to create some energy as things move forward. It takes a few dips into harmonic minor, but I think it's pretty emblematic of my playing. Nothing fancy. I tracked it without any pedals, with just 57 on my Fender amp. I can't play with a pick very well, so I played the solo with my thumb. Something I learned from a guitarist named Wes Montgomery. It gives you a really warm, beautiful sound. I processed it quite a bit in Logic, and I slapped on a ton of delay. That's what ended up feeling right. I'm really proud to share Dark Cloud with you all today, a song I recorded entirely with a single Shure SM57.
Don't wait too long. Tomorrow I'm holding on to some hope, some plan yet unfolding. All on me, it's all so much on my own and out of touch. Stop the world for just a day. What I give to have my way. Every moment, feel you closing on my shoulder. Worry, oh
Reflecting on this session, I'd say that I'm really happy with the tones this single $100 microphone gave me. The sources that needed some bottom were never lacking, air in the treble range was easy to EQ in, and every source had a nice, healthy mid-range. I had no problem making everything fit in the mix. Now, is this the only microphone you need in your home studio? No, but it's a great place to start. I think my only big heads up to new users is to invest in a pop filter. Air blasts directly on a capsule will ruin a great take. The other big takeaway I'd leave you with is spend a lot of time and energy writing and arranging a strong song. Once you've got that down, I'm confident you can make almost any mic work. Don't make excuses, make music.